everyone. Welcome back to Better You, Better World, where we know that God took his time to create us. My name is Basie. If this is your first time, welcome to come along on this journey with us. If you are returning, welcome back and thank you for continuing this journey with me. So, today we're going to be talking about surrendering to God, giving everything to the Lord, allowing Him to lead us and just take us to where He wants us to be for the purpose for which He has created us. So, our scripture today is going to be James 4:7. It says, "Submit yourself, therefore, to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." So God created us for a purpose. If we submit ourselves and surrender ourselves to Him so that He can use us and lead us in the path so that we can fulfill the purpose for which He created us for this time as this, our lives is not that it's going to be easy, but God is going to take us through because we are surrendered to Him and working with Him and allowing Him to use us in the way that we're supposed to go. So, whatever troubles or anything that might come our way, He would definitely see us through, and then we can keep going from glory to glory as He leads us in what we're supposed to do. So before this topic came to me, because I attended my church women's gathering yesterday, and it was just such a blessing. And I was like, you know what? Let me share it with you guys so you can be as blessed as I was. So first, we're going to talk about what we're going to learn today. We're going to learn what is surrender. What is it? What are some of the misconception and the truth about surrendering to God, and how can you surrender? What's the benefit of surrendering to God? So we're going to talk about all of that. So I'm not just going to just leave you hanging. I got to give you some steps so you can walk this thing through. Okay? So, number 1, what is surrender? Surrender is a conscious decision to let go of resistance of what is, whether it's circumstances, emotions, and outcome beyond your control. Letting go of things that you cannot control. In this world, we will have trouble. Things will happen. Things can happen that we have no control over. Learning how to release that to God and allowing Him to take you through whatever the problem is, the circumstances, the heartbreak, the sickness, the whatever it is, like surrendering to God and letting Him take you through that. Because we can plan as much as we can, but we cannot control things that would happen. Things would happen in our life that would just knock you upside the head. You didn't even see it coming. You're like, what? But when those things happen, we still trust and say, you know what? God got this. God will lead me through and show me what I need to know. So some of the misconceptions about surrendering. Some people might think that, oh, surrender, when you surrender, is being weak or see surrender as weakness. But no, it is not weakness. Surrender is the courage and the strength to let go. It takes strength to be like, you know what? Even though I try my best and I've been working on whatever the situation is and it's not working, it takes strength to be like, you know what? I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to regroup. I'm going to seek God to see what I need to be doing and then go forward with that. It doesn't mean that you're weak because you're surrendering stuff to God. Secondly, people see surrender as giving up. No, it's not giving up. Surrender is giving into what is and not giving up. You just say, you know what, I need some help. Because sometimes it's good to ask for help. I need some help. And who better to go to for help than the Almighty God who created you? Because He know why you're here. So if you go to Him for help, first of all, you're supposed to be consulting Him in the first place before you start anything. But if you start stuff on your own and it's not working out, hey, you can pivot. You can course correct and come to God and say, Lord, I'm sorry. I need your help. I give it all to you, and I'm going to listen to what you're going to tell me, and I will do that. And then people think that surrendering is passive. No, it is active. It's an active decision to stop resisting life, to stop resisting problems that's happening. You know it's not working out, but you still continuing. But no, it's not passing. You have to intentionally decide, I'm going to give this over to the Lord. So for you to get better outcome. So yeah, those were some of the myths and truths about surrendering. Why should we surrender or practice surrender? When you surrender things to God, it releases you from so much stress. It keeps you calm because you know that I gave it to the Lord and He's going to figure it out. It takes that burden off of you to the pressure of, oh, I got to figure this out on my own. No, you give it to God, put your hands up, let Him lead you, and you can go and do what He needs you to do. Less stress. Less stress on you. And then it gives you clarity in the uncertainty. You give it to God. If something is uncertain and you surrender to God, you give it to the Lord, He will give you the steps that you need to do to accomplish whatever it is, or to get through that problem, or whatever the circumstances or situation is. It relieves you of uncertainties. God's going to work it out. You're not there to figure it out on your own. He got you. Third, it give you freedom of emotions. So you give it to God, whether you're, let's say for example, you're sick and you worry about this. You don't have to worry about it, because if you surrender to God, say, Lord, you see everything that's going on, and or you lose your job, you've been depending on this work, and now you don't have this job that you so depended on, you had so much trust and hope and faith in. Now you don't have that, and you got to surrender to the Lord. And if you trust Him, He will see you through. Now you don't have to worry and be stressed like, oh my God, what am I going to do? God knows your needs. He knows that we need to eat. He knows we need to put on some clothes. He knows we need roof over our heads. Whatever our need is, He knows what we need. So you just say, God, you see the situation, and I trust and believe in you that you're going to see me through. So it relieves you of that emotional stress of worrying about things. So surrender to the Lord. So how do you surrender? 4 key steps to surrender. First, you got to become aware. Notice where you are. Notice where you are having control and trying to hold on to stuff that you cannot control. Notice that. Be aware of it. That's how you can surrender. If you're not aware, you're still going to be trying to figure things out, and it's not working, and it's like you're on a hamster wheel, running but going nowhere and exhausting yourself. That's not going to help you. Just be aware of the situation. Know that you can't handle it. You've tried everything you've done, and it's time to hand it over to the Lord so He can help you out. Secondly, accept the moment. Let yourself be with what it is. Let yourself understand the situation and say, hey, this is what it is. I've tried everything I can. I cannot change it. Accept that. Without trying to change it and still keep forcing stuff that's not working. Accept it. Secondly, trust the process. If you give it to the Lord, trust that He's going to work it out. Just how I believe that I would sit in this chair and He's going to hold me. I trust that. So when you give it to the Lord, trust that He's going to make it happen without doubting or being fearful of what's going to happen. Just do your part, and God is going to do His part. And then lastly is take a peaceful action. You give it to God and wait for the Lord to tell you what to do. If He tells you what to do, follow what He commands you to do and trust the process. Do your part. Let Him do the rest. Let Him worry about the result, but just be obedient and do what He asks you to do. And then I have some reflection question for us to ask ourselves. What am I resisting in my life right now? What is that one thing that I don't want to let control? I don't want to let go. I think I got it like that and it's still not working out, or I don't want to let this situation go. Or, oh Lord, you can take this part, but I'll keep this one. What is that one thing that you don't want to let go? That's a question for you to ask yourself. And then secondly, what do I fear would happen if I let go? What are you afraid of that is going to happen if you release control of whatever the situation is? What are you afraid going to happen if you let go? And then secondly, what freedom or peace might surrender bring to you? If you surrender that stuff to the Lord, and what do you think would happen if you let go and let God take control of whatever that situation, that emotion, that worry, whatever it is? What do you think is going to happen if you really, really give it to the Lord and trust Him in what you're supposed to be doing? So it's just surrendering to God is for our own benefit, because you don't want to be swimming against the current, wearing yourself out. You risk drowning because you're swimming against the current, trying to control things that you cannot control, stuff that's not in your power to control, or running on a hamster wheel. You just running in place, exhausting yourself, but going nowhere. Nothing is happening. Or you can be like an eagle who just open his wings and just glide with the wind. You don't see the eagle flapping too much because it goes with the wind, and the wind help elevate it to the highest height that it needs to go. That's how we should be trying to be like that eagle, surrender to the Lord and just let Him take us to where He wants us to be and the reason for which He created us. So if we surrender to God, we will be working within our purpose. We will be operating in the way He wants us to. He will give us the steps that we can be obedient to follow. And things is not going to be perfect, because the devil is always trying to do something that God is trying to be a part of. But God will always take you, and you will always come out victorious on the other side. So surrender to the Lord and save yourself some trouble and become your better self so you can impact your environment in a better way. I just wanted to come on here today and just encourage us to allow God to move in us for the purpose for which He has created us, so that we can become our better self, to impact our world in a better way. So better you, better world. Thank you again for joining me, and come back next time. Like, share, comment, share this with your family members, your friends, and because this is a positive content that will help you to become a better person so you can impact your environment in a better way. Better you, better world. See you guys next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.